cooking. Today, via the Vela family's request, I will be returning to the Avatar official cookbook
to the Earth Kingdom
for
Avatar Day Unfried Dough.
And I hope I said your last names right. Happy Avatar Day! Earth, air, fire, water. For the first part of this recipe, which is making the dough, you are gonna need a half a cup of melted coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 cups of super blanched, like it's not super, but it is blanched, almond flour, 1 tablespoon of roasted white sesame seeds, and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. But in my case, we're gonna use sea salt because I live by the sea. And actually, this episode takes place by the sea. As always, this cooking show is called Sam Tries because I try really hard not to mess up, but I already messed up by not getting the descanted coconut. Guess I'm gonna have to go to the store, but I'll finish up telling you what needs to go in here first. I have returned with the coconut, victorious and sweaty. Now this isn't in the directions, but the first thing I'm gonna do is toast my white sesame seeds because I could not find toasted white sesame seeds anywhere. Toast! Done. Then you're gonna combine all your ingredients into a bowl.
Whisk
until a soft dough forms. Then you're gonna need some parchment paper. Directions say to set your dough on your parchment paper. All right, let's do it. Oop, something in my sink fell. Dough! You're gonna cover that dough with another sheet of parchment paper. Then roll it to 1/4 of an inch. You're gonna need a gingerbread man cutting cooker and cut them out. Then these little eggs gotta go visit the southern or northern water tribe to freeze for about 2 hours. In the meantime, I'm gonna read you the fun little geeky description. One of my favorite parts of owning these kind of cookbooks. It's always nice to know you're appreciated. Though I'm not sure this no-bake cookie dough would have been my first choice for an Avatar Day food. In recent years, Chin villagers seem to have embraced new versions of unfried dough that aren't quite as sticky, droopy, or loose as the first ones I tried. Nowadays, they hold their shape, and some even have sesame seeds. Ang. Well, I know ours is gonna have sesame seeds because it's in the directions. Okay, it's been 2 hours. Let's see if my dough is firm. Yes, it is firm. So now I will show you the ingredients for the dipping sauce, or the dip. It's not a sauce, the dip. You're gonna need 1/2 cup of mini white chocolate chips. In my case, they're just regular sized chocolate chips, but hopefully it will work out. And you will also need cocoa butter. I probably said that wrong. Cacao butter? It's not cacao butter. Cocoa butter. I know it mostly for like rubbing it on your body. I've never really heard about it with food, but I did Google some stuff and apparently it's used a lot in chocolate making. So that makes sense. It still freaks me out a little bit because I use this a lot for like making my own body lotions and stuff. Before starting the dip, re-cut out your little eggs. As you can see, I've only had 1 egg survive, and it is really hot here, so these like unfroze extremely fast. But they were frozen and they were solid. I don't know how well they're actually gonna dip. As you can see, most of these eggs lost a leg or a head or something. I may put them in the freezer a little longer and then mush up the rest to make like little normal cookies or something. Oh, these poor Aangs. That's what would have happened to him at the trial if it hadn't gone in his favor. I also think I may have made them too thin. Maybe not quite a fourth of an inch. I'm gonna give it a little try though. It's actually pretty good. It's kind of crackery. Like a coconut cracker. I like it. A little sweet and a little salty. After some thought and playing with the like leftover dough, I think I'm just gonna re-roll them. And because it's so hot outside, as many of you know, it's a hot one right now. I think I'm gonna let them freeze overnight because they were cold enough that normally I think I could have dipped it, but this just does not go in the way it should. Mostly because we're in the heat wave. I hope when you guys are watching this, we're no longer in it. But I think this is creating, you know, unusual circumstances for this recipe. So let's re-roll, and I'm gonna freeze overnight and be back to you guys tomorrow. We're back! It's been 24 hours. Let's see if we can't get this puppy going. So, gotta recut him out. All right, better than last time. They're not melting right away, and we have one intact Aang. I figured out that halfway through, don't re-hit them unless maybe you had them on a flat surface, or else they're gonna crack, and you're gonna get poor Aang with broken leg or broken arm. To make the dip, you need to heat up some water. Get yourself a bowl that is safe to go over that hot water. In that bowl, put half a cup of white chocolate chips, preferably the mini ones. Mine are not mini, but I think it will still do the trick. Then a whole cup of this. Probably a little more than that. There. Boom! Then you put that bowl on top of the hot water and let it melt. The directions do say you're gonna need a cake tester to spear the little Aangs to dip them in the chocolate. I don't have one of those, but I do have a metal chopstick, so I think it will work. I do use it to test cake. So I speared my Aang that has only one arm and no legs, and he started cracking again. I'm just gonna put him in like this. Whoop. And then pull him out. Oh no. Or try. Oh, he's died. A horrible death. I'm sorry, Aang. Let's try the Aang who has all his limbs. Oh, he started right because they are starting to droop. These actually droop just like they do in the movie. By movie, I mean TV show. Oh no. Alright, I'm thinking maybe the best method is to actually set them down and put the chocolate on top. Yeah, we're just gonna go like this. Just coat it. Yeah, that's gonna be easier to do. Alright, the one Aang that's fully put together. Oh my gosh. I'm so worried about him. Oh no, he's starting to come apart. Oh no. He came apart. I can fix him. There we go. Kind of. Maybe the chocolate will adhere to him and it'll be okay. It does say to put this in the freezer once you're done. I can do it. It's looking a lot like the TV show where it's all floopy, so. There. We'll just gently coat him. Here you go, Aang. Have a chocolate butter bath. Enjoy. Oh. Okay. And then I have a bunch of scraps that I guess I could roll out to make more Aangs, but I'm feeling lazy, so I'm just gonna put them here and just make little chocolate pieces. I mean, like, the cookie part itself tastes good. says while you have them in the freezer, you should make the little frosting for Aang's arrow. For the frosting, you're gonna need a half a cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of light corn syrup, a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of whole milk. I don't have whole milk, but I have some buttermilk for making yawning portal biscuits the other day. It's one of my favorite recipes from the D&D cookbook. I'll put the link to the video on the bottom. They are so good. And you'll need some blue food coloring. Thanks, Daniel. If you saw my Mermaid episode, Making Sea Glass with Daniel, you'll get that reference. I'll also put a link to that in the bottom. You should check it out. Making sea glass is so much fun. Edible sea glass, not real sea glass. Running out of bowls because I wasn't planning on filming today, so we're using some Tupperware instead. Now get your cookies out of the freezer yet again. Let's see if the chocolate has set in that amount of time. Oh, it actually has. Our little egg is covered. Now you add your arrow, and then you're gonna put him back in the freezer. Let him cool. I mean, he did end up marrying Katara, so, you know, he must like the cold. Seems like such a waste of frosting. Is that any good? Pretty good frosting. I've never made frosting with corn syrup before. It's okay. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it's okay. I get it, you know, they wanted it to have that type of consistency. I just don't try feeling like making any more Aangs. They're quite hard to make. Well, not hard to make, just hard to stay together. I do think it should be noted that you are supposed to keep these cookies in the freezer or in your refrigerator. Do not leave them out, which I think is pretty obvious because they like melt right away. Which definitely gives that like goopy feeling from the TV show, so kudos for that. Sadly, my one Aang that I managed to keep whole broke as I took him off. His little legs aren't connected anymore. I'm so sorry, Aang. Alright, well, let's see how Aang tastes. Oh my gosh, oh my god, see, like, it's already, like, goopy. That's not bad. The chocolate with it on top is really good. Very good. It's just like, it literally becomes a dough so quickly. It is good though. I'll give it that. So if I were to rate this, taste-wise, it's kind of crackery. It's a little bit of chocolate. It's like a savory sweet thing. Taste-wise, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. You know, standard. Yummy, savory sweet, 8 out of 10. Nothing to like, woo, I wouldn't. Honestly, I'm probably never gonna make these again because they're really hard to make. The making process, I would give a 1 out of 10. Mostly because it's impossible to put the chocolate on it because it just turns into goop right away. And then when it's not goop and you redo it, it breaks apart. Like, it's a really hard material to work with. It is good though. But look, see, I'm like, look at that. It's basically dough again. Like, boom, really quickly. If I were to do this again, I would take a tip from my Dinner with Mr. Darcy cookbook, which, if you remember, one of my very first episodes was making the hedgehog in here. Ugh, finding the picture is gonna take too long. Go back to like, I think it was like the 3rd video I ever did. Go back and check that out. Might be the 4th video. But anyway, you make it out of the same almond flour dough type of consistency and you bake it. So if I were to make these again, I would bake it and then dip them in chocolate. Look, I'm learning things from cooking from these different cookbooks. Thank you so much, Vela family. I hope I'm saying that right. For this request and the coffee. For those of you who don't know, I have a coffee link, Ko-Fi, in the description where you can send me a little money. It really does make a difference for me. As everyone knows, inflation has gone up. Food is more expensive. So I really do appreciate it when people donate. So thank you so much. If you like this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to request something, shoot a comment below. All right, see you next time.